a raft of wandering otters, and our adventures continue. Today, she's getting a mammogram, although I probably could use one.
And I'm just still depressed.
And Paul is feeling sad. Paul's just like so many people. I compared it, in talking to Paul this morning, I compared it to when an adult tells a child to not touch a hot stove. What does a child want to do?
Touch it.
Touch the stove. Yeah. Ironically, we probably are going out maybe a third less than we went out before. Mm-hmm. And of course, when we go out, we try to stay in our car. But to be honest, a lot of times when we would go out, especially Paul and me, we would just go for a drive. Uh-huh. We might get out to use a bathroom somewhere, and then when we're done, we're done. So that was it. It's just the thought that you shouldn't do this.
Yes, I see what you mean.
That gets into people's heads, and I know it gets into my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Finding Nemo, he touched the butt. So, we're going to go touch the butt. She needs a mammogram, and Paul and I are going to do some cruising around. So come see what we see in this crazy time that we are living.
Yeah.
And Paul, name 3 things that help you cope better or cheer up?
I don't know. Maybe phone.
Phone.
Mm-hmm. Driving. Drawing.
And drawing.
Plus reading.
Reading and drawing. And you have books in here too.
Another thing that helps me,
mm-hmm.
and we saw a video on it last night, I think, honey. When you think about what you want to do when this is all over.
Right.
I tried to talk to Paul this morning about what we're going to do this summer. We don't want to talk about, but I think it's a really good thing to do and get your mind off what's going on right now.
Totally agree. Absolutely.
Knots.
Yeah. Yeah, we
all
have been dreaming of going back.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Berry Festival 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
Now
Last
it's
year.
been canceled.
It was last year?
Last year, because of March last year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think this year is going to be canceled.
Well, it might be canceled or delayed. Yeah. But I mean, to be perfectly honest, that's a money maker for Knott's, and they probably have the shirts all printed up and stuff, so they want to hold that Berry Festival at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So one way or the other, I mean, even if we're going to this year's Berry Festival next year, I want to go.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ready now?
We're going crazy. Come join us. Going crazy. Come see what we see. And now this is where she laughed.
Come see what we see.
Yeah.
Come see what we see. And you know what? Helpful comments for Paul are always welcome.
Always.
So please.
Always.
Paul is truly sad, and we do worry about him. So, any words of encouragement that you can think of. Paul's triggered by news. Doesn't really want to hear about the virus, and I think that's probably about 99% of us at this point. We just want to do what is being recommended for safety's sake, but it's very frustrating. So come see what we see. All right?
Right.
All right.
Wiping
and we're
down
gonna,
the surfaces.
Oh yeah, we're using. I found some old Lysol wipes that we had, and thank goodness we had them in the Monterey Bay. My goodness.
Gorgeous.
I think I'm going to share this. I just shared with Susan and Paul the idea that if there were vampires out and about and the only safe place was to stay in your home because everybody knows a vampire can't enter your home without being invited, right? So that's what we're doing to the virus. We're going to let the virus starve because we're not going to give it new host or try to deprive it of as many new hosts as possible until it collectively dies out. That's the plan. Hoping this is going to work. I think it can only work, to tell you the truth. I mean, that's how we're going to whoop it. The Carol Hatton Breast Care Center here in Monterey. This place is fabulous. They obviously medically competent, but more importantly, in some ways, or as importantly, they are kind and very accommodating.
They've saved my life.
You could say so, yeah. So Carol Hatton Breast Care Center here in Monterey. Love you guys. As long as we're down here in Cannery Row, we're going to see if we can't get something from Bubba Gump's to go. Right, Paul and I are noticing how hardly anybody here at Cannery Row. So you got a little bit of a progressive measure of how people are following the shelter-in-place orders, but also some of these businesses are probably being encouraged, unless they're selling essential items. I see the Pebble Beach outlet is closed. And speaking with Bubba Gumps here, we found out that they have a limited menu right now because there's only so many things that they can order right now. All right, so here's Bubba Gumps, and they now offering to go, but they also offer delivery, and I don't know if there's even an extra charge for delivery. We live about 10 miles away, not even that maybe. So I don't know if they would deliver that far, but yeah, I guess that's how some of these businesses are going to try to survive, is with to-go and delivery. So it makes sense. See how the harbor seals are taking this. They probably are happy because a lot of people stand there and gawk at them and maybe even make them feel a little uncomfortable. And of course, when it comes time to pup for pupping season, you know, when you want to get groovy, that too. You don't want a bunch of people staring at you. Oh, look at there. Yeah. Oh, there's just, I don't even know if there was any harbor seals there. It's hard to tell sometimes with the rocks. Well, this is definitely a view I don't always see. There's usually row of cars parked there. Hey, Perch. Much better or just a little bit better? Paul's feeling better, folks. He's been very sad, but I think that Cajun shrimp really woke up his spirit. It's okay to be sad. You will be accommodated. I cracked myself up. Here's a little visit to downtown Pacific Grove here. We're just catching the tail end of the Main Street, also known as Lighthouse Avenue. And yep, movie theater's not open, of course. Okay, we have great news. Susan is how many years breast cancer free? Breast cancer free. She had a little bout with tongue cancer, but breast cancer, you suck.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Suck
so
at breast
does
cancer.
So does the coronavirus.
And so does the coronavirus. We are coronavirus. We are so not inviting you into our home.
Right.
And so that's the bad news for you, coronavirus. Too bad for you. Ha.
We're surviving.
So anyway, that's the great news.
Survival of the fittest, huh?
That we got here at.
Why don't we go to get that CVS on the way home?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get a med on the way home.
Well,
Talk
we
to you
have to show
Will
them.
it be
Right.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we'll get it today.
Okay.
Mom? Do you think?
Or maybe we'll call them. Raft of Wandering Otters. See you in the next one. Thanks for joining us. Always, please come see what we see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you feeling better, son?
Yep.
Sounds better.
Yeah. All
And
right.
always remember, ladies, please get your mammograms.
Yeah.
Mammograms are just